Hildegard was born in the year 1098 in Bermersheim, Germany. She was the youngest of 10 children. She was only 3 years old when her vision started. I want to tell this story. Your story. Okay, our story. But these words, they're just words. You, we are about so much more than words. What do you want me to write? What do you want me to say about you?
I am Hildegard von Bingen. Yes, I was born in the year 1098 in Bermersheim, Germany. I was only 3 years old when my vision started. They were always so bright, and my soul always trembled. My parents and 9 older brothers and sisters never saw them. They were so worried. How could I have a normal life, they wondered. In their eyes, I was weak, peculiar, and they knew I needed more than they could give me. And so, when I was 8 years old, I was given as a companion to Jeannine von Bingen, the head anchoress at the nearby Benedictine cloister. My days at the Benedictine cloister began. Under Jeannine's wing, I learned how to read. I sang in Latin all day long. I prayed. I sewed and copied the scriptures. I received the veil from Otto, Bishop of
Bamberg, when I was 15. I continued my education with Volmar of St. Disibode, a monk not much older than me, my true teacher, who would become my secretary and lifelong friend. In 1136, when I was 38 years old, Jutta died, and I was the unanimous choice of the sisters to replace her as abbess of our community. How I loved those women. And yet, during all those years, my body was often in pain. There were many times when I didn't know if I was going to live or die. The brightness continued, and with it visions, voices, and melodies. Because the visions were accompanied by illness, I saw them as an embarrassment, a punishment from God. I lived in constant terror. What was happening to me? Why was this happening to me? How was I going to communicate my experiences to the world? Was this God's doing or the devil's? Jutta and Volmar were the only ones I told about my visions. When I was 43, I received a vision of blinding light. And I finally accepted my divine call to tell and write what I saw and heard in my visions. Yes, tell and write what I saw and heard. I remember saying to Volmar, how is it that I, a lowly woman, am being called to write such things? I knew of no women writing about God in those days. Volmar never stopped encouraging me. He was convinced God was working through me, and that it was good. It was good. As I began to write, I rose from my sickbed. I felt God's strength pulsing through me as I wrote my first theological work. Scivias, know the ways of God. I sent my Scivias to France. And this is a part of Bernard of Clairvaux, the Pope, read, unapproved of my writing. I began to trust the living light. I realized I was a feather on the breath of God.
See